Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Om.
Continue to manifest the power of remote vision. Look deeply. Connect with Swamiji. You will see it will start to reveal itself in much more detail.
And my way when May, I think you are manifesting a lot of remote vision, trying to see the location and things around us here. And so no, we are not wearing slippers. So maybe you can continue to scan and can tell whatever the third eye is revealing. You can continue to put whatever you see through the third eye. At the end of the power manifestation, will respond to everything that you are describing.
Yes.
So I spend a few more minutes and let's manifest this part.
And if any other persons also are scanning us, let us know after the verification, after the power manifestation is over. You can share that time. So let's continue for a couple of more minutes.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham 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 Om Nityananda.
All right. So you can now please start sharing everything that you have seen through the third eye. You can reveal to your partner, and those of you who have scanned us, you can put here in the Zoom chat and tell everything that the third eye has shown with all the details. Okay, whatever the picture that the third eye has given, describe it as it is. Even for example, my women may were saying about sleepers. So what image exactly the third eye has shown, you can describe. Even you've seen that you said that you saw a vase. So I think here itself there's no vase, but not so long before I was handling one vase. So it could be that you have seen that because I was arranging some things in the place where we are and I was handling of it. So describe everything in details. And yes, it's not necessarily that you'll always just see what is immediately in front of the person. You may be seeing stuff or places that the person has been involved with a few minutes or a few hours or a few days before. So the more you can be precise in the way you describe the image, what you have seen through the third eye, the more you'll be able to get a confirmation from your partner that you have scanned as well. So you can do that, share diligently and as precisely as you can.
Yes. And also share from the sharings what when you scan other partner or the friends which you have partnered up with. Have the verification with your the partner that you are manifesting this power and let us know. You can share in the chat, in the Zoom chat and the YouTube chat. Whether after the verification, did you verify with your partner and what are you were able to manifest correctly? Even if it's was not able to manifest correctly, you can share that as well. And those who are manifesting the acharyas, please share among us as Ma V Vinmay has shared. Ma, if you can give a little more elaborate about this, about your sharing.
All right, so you can take a few moments and just write down whatever you have seen. We'll give a few minutes and then we'll move on into the next session.
Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Yes. So we have few sharings. When we may says I can't see it yet, it's all by instinct.
Yeah, that is fine as well. So when you manifest the power of the third eye, sometimes you will just know what is there. Okay, so it's not necessarily that you will always see in a visual way. It manifests in a different way. And even though we are not wearing slippers, there is a big pile of slippers in front of the house. Maybe you could have seen that. So that is fine. Whatever you have seen is there. Now, in the next round, work on trying to get more precise details. For example, when you see something, try to again involve into that visualization and intensify the space. Be more ferocious into the space that you are experiencing, and so that you can see more precise details. But thank you for sharing, and definitely you have manifested this power, and we hope that the other participants are also able to experience this power of remote vision. We'll be having a few more rounds today in the remaining sessions that we have ahead of us. Now we'll be entering into another session on an important topic, that is the cognitive shift. How the very moment your cognition changes, your very reality itself changes. It's like as naturally as you are facing problems and impossibilities right now, exactly as naturally as that, you can be manifesting extraordinary possibilities and powers without effort, just like that. Just the moment the cognitive shift happens. So the whole life, the whole spiritual process that we all are into now is to make those cognitive shifts happen inside us. So this is what Swamiji will be revealing now in this next session. So request the participants who come to the space of listening.
Yes. So cognitive shift, Swamiji talks a lot about cognitive shift, even during the power manifestation. When there is a cognitive shift that happens to you, you are able to manifest the powers. So when there is a cognitive shift that happens, you'll see when you are stuck in the impossibility. Suddenly, after the cognitive shift, you'll see the possibility in front of you. You'll be having so much of uh, the past baggage that you are carrying before. You'll not be having that, and you'll be able to look forward with the possibility and the future. You'll be looking in much forward. The impossibilities that you are stuck in, you'll be not be stuck with that, and you'll be looking for the possibilities, and it will manifest so much in your life that will be directly applicable to your practical life itself. That's why throughout the power manifestation, the cognitive shift that we are trying to achieve, through which we are able to manifest the powers as well. So let's come to the space of listening, as Samaji will be revealing about the cognitive shift. Let's begin.
ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. I welcome you all with my love and respect. Today's subject is cognitive shift. It's a wonderful subject. First of all, let's understand what I mean by this word cognitive shift. We always perceive, see, understand the world as we want to see, not as it is. Always we wanted to see only as we want to see. We see only as we wanted to see. When modern day psychologists, they say, if 100 things are happening around us, we record only 2%. Only 2 things. Only 2% of the things we perceive and internalize it. It's like you have a 100-page novel, beautiful book, fiction novel, 100 page. You got only 2 page, random 2 page. Based on the 2 page, you try to rebuild, you try to rewrite the whole 100 page. How much your novel will be true to the original? Not even 2%. Because the 2% will be lost. It will be lost. It will not be even 2%. Same thing happens with us also. In our life, continuously we see only what we want to see. We think only what we want to think. We perceive only what we want to perceive. It's like 100 things are happening around you, but you collect only 2%. Based on the 2%, you build your whole life. All the other gaps you fill, and you come to a conclusion about the world, about society, about persons, about incidents, about places, about your own life. There is a beautiful idea in Shiva Sutras. Shiva says, a person who can see the whole world through third eye, he will live the blissful and auspicious life. When he says third eye, it doesn't mean that you will have one more eye in the forehead and you will open that. It doesn't mean that. He means the person who will see the world as it is, not as he wants it to be. In Vedanta they say beautiful way. Drishti Srishti and Srishti Drishti. Srishti Drishti means what is there you see. Drishti Srishti means what you want you see. Drishti Srishti means you see as you want. 2 ways of seeing. One, seeing what you want. Another one, seeing what is. We always see only what we want. Again and again I tell people, there are 2 kinds of things. One is collecting all the arguments and passing judgment. Another one is, after preparing judgments, collecting the arguments to support the judgment. Lot of times we pass judgment, We give judgment. Then to support the judgment, we collect arguments. Arguments are collected to support the judgment. Judgments are given with prejudice. I have always seen, if the husband is attached to me, wife will never come to me. Because anything husband does is wrong. See, she may read my books without husband's knowledge. Secretly she may read my books. She may listen my discourses. She may even come and meet me in the other city. I have seen. But in front of husband, she will never come to our programs. She will never come to meet me. Accepting me is okay. But accepting that husband is right is too much. That is too much. That we can't do. And the same way, if the wife comes and gets attached with me, husband will never come. Because always wife is wrong. There is a very clear decision. Whatever she does is wrong. And I have always seen, if A and B are not getting along with each other, if the B is attached, A will start blaming me. And if the A is attached, B will start blaming me. They know the Swami is nice person and we know, they even know me. But the difficulty is the other person cannot be right. So when you pass judgment without collecting the arguments, you start collecting the arguments to support the judgment. Husband accepting that husband is right or wife is right is too much. It is too much. We can't afford that. So we always see, we always think, we always work only what we wanted to see, only what we wanted to understand. The way in which we wanted to see the world, only in that way we see. The way in which we wanted to understand, only in that way we understand. The way in which we wanted to move, only in that way we move. From that, instead of having the Srishti Drishti, if your mental setup moves to Drishti Srishti, instead of seeing what you want, if you start seeing what it is, the cognitive shift has happened in you. Okay. When I say the word cognitive shift, I mean, instead of seeing what you want, instead of hearing what you want, instead of smelling what you want, instead of thinking what you want, start seeing what is. Start smelling what is. Start feeling what is. Start hearing what is. Start perceiving what is. From what we want to what is what I call cognitive shift. Even when I speak, you pick up only the statements which supports you. We don't pick up the whole thing. We pick up only the statements which supports us. If something is contradicting our understanding, or if something is hitting our personality, our being, our mental setup, immediately we start thinking, I am not so bad. I think this is not for me. Or we start thinking, what this Swami knows, after all he's a young man. When I support you, when your ideas are supported, immediately you say, I think this Swami is well read. He knows things. He really knows things. Well said. When some way I attack you or I touch you, when some way I put the knife on the pus, immediately we think, I think this is not for me. And even if your mind, you are not convinced, you feel, I think this is for me only. And then you start thinking, what this Swami knows. We pick up only what we want. We don't hear what is said. We hear only what we want. I have always seen, when the couple sit in the discourse, if I support husband's idea, then immediately listen. If somehow, some way I support wife's idea, she'll tell how many times I told you, now understand. Separate commentary will be going on behind. And each one picks up only what they want. And one more thing, you can make anything out of anything. You can make anything out of anything. It is very easy. Anything can be made out of anything. It's not big deal. Whenever you see what you want, you hear what you want, you feel what you want, you think what you want, again and again and again, you put yourself in suffering. Because your vision is not so broad. Whatever you think you want, tomorrow itself will become poison for you. Today you think you want something, and you think in that way, and you see in that way, you hear in that way, you feel in that way. Tomorrow itself, your want has changed. Your want has changed. So naturally, the whole thing you have to now review. Now you have to change the whole thing. But whatever you have accumulated, that becomes poison, samskara or karma. The mental setup which you accumulated to enjoy a particular way of life, when you change your taste, naturally the old mental setup is called karma. Karma is nothing. It is your own choice. You chose it. You wanted that kind of mental setup to live a particular way of life. Suddenly, when you start living only, you understand all the side effects and byproducts of that life. A small story. One guy went to the hotel and ordered 10 masala dosa, 10 idlis, 5 vada, what not. Finished and had a Bengal pan and ice cream. Suddenly, the server brought the bill. The guy looked at that bill and said, I didn't order for this. Why should you bring it? But you should know, if you eat, even if you don't order, the bill will come. So when you start living the way of life which you want to live, then you understand the side effects are the bills, are the payments, after effects. All those things are understood only when you start living. You understand all those things only when you start living. Then suddenly you realize, oh, I think I am paying too much for this life. Let me change. You can change the house easily. The car can be changed easily. The furnitures can be changed easily. But the mental setup can't be changed. That takes its own time. So when you want to change the whole thing in a new way, you say, let me change my mental setup also. But it will not happen in few days. It will take its own time. So when it takes its own time, you start blaming your mental setup in the name of karma, fate. Karma or fate is nothing but your own mental setup created by you to enjoy a particular lifestyle which you liked earlier, which you don't like now. Our life continuously moves. Every day you are thinking, your perception or your way of receiving the information from the world, the way of handling the informations inside your being, the way of processing the informations, and way of coming to conclusion, all these things continuously change. Continuously they are changing. So your whole mental setup needs to be in the form of a liquid, but you try to make it as a solid. All your activities are done to make your mental setup as a solid thing. Whenever you made something solid, you master that art. For example, if the driving has entered into your unconsciousness. If you can drive without thinking about the driving, if you can just drive thinking something else or listening to music or talking to somebody, you say you have mastered the art of driving. Anything which has become solid in you, you say you have mastered that skill. You are the master of that skill. You become master. Anything, for example cooking. If you can do cooking without putting much effort into it, you say you have mastered. Means what? That has become a solid part in your being. Solidifying your mental setup is what is continuously you are doing. But in reality, the more solid you become, the more dead you are. I have seen in many houses, people don't even walk throughout the house and live. They use only the bedroom, the bathroom, and only one part which goes to kitchen, go out, that's all, garage. See your own house. You don't use many part of your house. You have a particular mental setup. Around 8:30 from your bedroom, you walk to the hall. From hall, you walk up to garage. From garage, you move. And you come back, and from there, you straight walk to the bedroom. That's all. Even in your own house, you don't use so many parts. Why? Your mental setup has become very solid. Your mental setup has become very solid. If you analyze your life a little bit, you will see many funny things. Even in your office, you will walk only in that same route. Same route you will walk and go and sit there and you will come out. Actually, in our own ashram, once I asked one of the ashramite who is inside the ashram for 2 years, I asked him to go to a particular place and get me some the bay leaf, what you will tell in English? Oh, that's Hindi word. All right, bay leaf, nothing, no other word. Bay has no English term. There must be. All right. In Sanskrit we call it bilva. Bilva. I told him to go and get that bilva leaf. He is shocked. He said, where is the bilva tree in our ashram? I told him, what are you doing 2 years here? You are staying inside the ashram 2 years. He doesn't know the bilva tree, which is such a huge, big tree. He doesn't know. And he is walking through the same route. And he says, really Swamiji, I don't know because I have never seen that tree. We became so mechanical, many times we don't even see this side and that side. Our mind has become very solid. Our mind has become very solid. We are not liquid. You can see the kids, how liquid they are. As long as you are liquid, you will be innocent and enjoying the life. 100%. And that is why kids are not only innocent, intelligent. Please be very clear. Innocent does not mean ignorant. Ignorance is different. Innocence is different. Innocence is always associated with intelligence. Innocent means not thinking in a particular mental setup. Very liquid. If you are living with a liquid mental setup, actually if you are liquid, you will have more sharp intelligence. You will have the ability to respond spontaneously. People who can't afford spontaneity, they only start becoming intellectual. Intellectual means complicating the simple life. Philosophy is nothing but saying a very simple thing in a very complicated way. Now really, any philosophy is nothing but saying a very simple thing in a very complicated way. The more you complicate, the greater philosopher you are. The more people should not understand and they should have an idea that they understood. If you can create a feeling in them that they understood, but they should not understand. If they understand, then you are not a philosopher. You can't be anymore a philosopher. They will become philosophers. People should not understand, but they should be given an idea that they understood. You should give a big words. You should supply big words and never the meaning. Never the way in which people understand. The best way to become a philosopher. These are few tips how to become great philosopher. Complicating the spontaneous life or the innocent life is what is all about philosophy. When you can't afford intelligence, you become intellectual. Actually, intellect is a very poor substitute for intelligence. When you can't use your intelligence again and again, take decisions, you decide once for all and keep it with you. You have a ready-made solutions, a ready-made formula. When you can't cook every day, you have a ready-made recipes. You know ready-made recipes. In India, practically they cook every day. And there are houses, till now, I know, morning if they cook, they won't eat in the evening. It is called tamas food. After 3 hours, the food can't be, you can't take that food. That's called tamas. In Gita also, they say that you should not eat the food after a muhurta, after 2 muhurtas. 1 muhurta is 1.5 hours, 2 muhurta is 3 hours. After 3 hours, they will not eat that food. They cook every day. But here you have got recipes. So when you can't cook every day, you have a standard recipes. Same way, when you can't afford intelligence, decision making capacity, when you are not able to be aware that much, you prepare regular standard recipes. That is what I call intellect. Intellect is a poor substitute for intelligence. You have a solid way of thinking, solid setup of thinking. You just see what you want to see, that's all. Whatever the other person may do, but you have your conclusion. This is what he must be thinking. This is what he is doing. This is what he must be doing. You have a very clear idea. Whatever he may do, that we don't bother. We don't want to even see that. We are very clear that this is what he is doing. And the same way situations. Not only about the persons, even the situations. Any situation, before it comes itself, you know what you are going to do. You decide what you are going to do. Any interview. I have seen people are prone to failures. Actually, they decide before going to the exams that they are going to fail. They decide before going to the interview, they are going to fail. The decision is clearly made. Actually, once you make the decision, your whole energy works to fulfill the decision. Any decision made by your mind, immediately your hand, your head, your eyes, your words, your thinking, everything supports the decision. You try to realize the decision, that's all. When you decide that I think I'm going to fail in that interview, so naturally what happens? Your tongue will slip. Your pen will not write properly. And you know the right answer. You wanted to click, but without even your knowledge you will be picking the wrong answer. And you will exactly do a big blunder and come out. Once you decide, your whole unconscious supports the decision. Any decision made by you, any conscious decision done by you, your whole being supports the decision. Your thinking setup, your emotion, your internal energy, and of course, the spirit behind your being. The whole thing supports your decision. Whenever you live in a solid way, as I was telling you, instead of being a liquid, if you live in a solid way, you miss many dimensions of your life. You can see the kids, they will think in a different dimension. You can never imagine the way in which they think. You cannot conceive, or you cannot even think how the kids are thinking. A small story. One guy who is 40 years old, his hair has become white, but he doesn't want to show to the people that he has become old. He was trying to color it, paint it with dye. Anyhow, his 7-year-old small boy, he saw that and he asked, Dada, what has happened to your hair? Why it has become white? He could have told the truth. When I am getting old, this is the way it becomes. He wanted to teach some morality to the children, to the kid. He wants to use this opportunity. He said, no. If you tell one lie, one of my hair will become white. If you do one mistake, one of my hair will become white. Immediately the kid asked, Dad, why grandfather's hairs are all white? Why? His hair is completely white. See, you think in one way, the kid is thinking in the other way, because they are spontaneous. See, they don't have a rigid mental setup. We always think wisdom is associated with the age. It is otherwise. We always think the elderly people are wise. See, elderly people are having knowledge. They have knowledge. That is true. They have experience. That is true. But intelligence is totally different. They may have intellect. They may have a lot of data. They may have informations. But the processing speed or the new way of approaching, only kids have got. Only kids have that new way of approaching or new way of understanding. Elders may have intellect, but only kids have got intelligence. That's spontaneity. You will be thinking the whole problem. You will be approaching a whole problem in a particular direction, but your kid, you will be thinking in a totally different angle. That is why in the ancient days, actually, the Gurukulams, the problems will be submitted in front of kids and kids will give solution. See the ancient way of living, the Sugabrahma, 7-year-old boy. He used to teach for the rishis. When the rishis conference were held, the problems will be submitted in front of Sugabrahma. He's a 7-year-old boy and he used to give solution. And Markandeya, all these people, because the kids have got different way of thinking. They are not solid, they are yet to become solid. They are more liquid, alive. They are living energy. So naturally, living energy thinks in everything in a different way. Kids approach the world in a different way. When we become solid and we start thinking in a particular way about the whole thing, about the persons and about situations and about our life. About our life also, we have our own idea. I have seen few people, whatever they make, whatever money, house, car, or furniture, whatever they make, they will always be sad. I used to ask them, what happened to you? Why are you always sad? They will tell me, oh, whatever we may acquire, one day we have to leave and go, Swamiji, what to do? And I have seen the other ways also, other group also. They may not have anything, but they will be just enjoying. They will be just enjoying. I used to ask them, what is the reason you are just happy, continuously blissful? They say, what else is necessary? We are living. We are living, that is more than enough. We are still alive. Why not live it? Nice. Why not live? Why not celebrate? We are just living. That itself is enough. So the way in which you perceive the life, the way in which you understand the life. I've seen always people will be thinking, whatever good things happen, they will think, oh, now it may happen, but soon some bad thing will happen. There's another one group, whatever bad things happen, now it may happen, but soon good things will happen. That's a beautiful story. One Zen master wanted to choose his successor. In a big wall, he put a black dot, one dot. He called all the disciples one by one and asked them, what are you seeing? One guy said, I'm seeing a black dot. Another guy came and said, oh, this is the way world is. Each one came and gave his idea. One person came and told, I am seeing a big white wall and a small black dot. The master said, you are my successor. Everybody saw only the black dot. Nobody saw the big white wall. It is very few who can see the big white wall. Very few who can see the life, who can see the joy, who can connect the blissful incidents and feel the whole life is bliss. You can always see. Many people I have seen, they come and tell me, the day I came to this country, my life has become hell, Swamiji. There are thousands of good things happened in their life. They will not connect all those things. Some bad things would have happened here and there. They will connect all those things and see the whole life as misery. It's actually your perception. Your perception. And one more thing. Many people come to me and they say, Swamiji, I have psychiatric trouble, I have psychological problems, please heal me. But if we see their energy, they will have only something physical. How it happens, if they get stomach trouble, some stomach pain, they cannot be able to exactly find it is only stomach pain. When they feel some uneasiness, they start thinking, I think I have some mental problem. Because again and again you are hearing the word, this person has got depression and that person is having mental trouble, and so much of the anti-depression medicines advertisements you are seeing. So naturally, you start thinking, I think I am also having mental problem. I am also having depression. And moreover, having depression is sort of a pride. Some people nowadays start feeling proud about it. And they think that actually taking psychiatric medicine, it has become a sort of a fashion. And you think that you are a big person only if you take your sleeping tablet. And they start thinking, I think I have a psychological problem. I think I have a depression. They go to doctor and take some medicine. And after that they start believing it. The moment they get that uneasiness, they are not ready to trace the root of that uneasiness. You must have taken some wrong food. It's not suiting your system. That may be the reason. But you don't have enough of patience. We don't have enough patience to trace the root. Why it is happening, what is happening. That much of patience or that much we are not ready to analyze. We straight away wanted to come to some conclusion. We have a solid set of conclusions. Any uneasiness inside the system, immediately we decide what we do. I have depression. And the sad thing, kids also learn these words. Actually, there is a thing called neuro-linguistic programming. Programming your mind. Kids also learn these words. Ramakrishna used to say beautifully. In front of kids, if the father and mother fight, kids also learn that words. Get lost. Let you be damned. All these words they learn from parents. And this goes inside their neuro-linguistic programming.
Yes, Nityananda. So what do you think? You become that. What you cognize within you, you become that. If you feel life is as depression, you will be depressed. If you feel life is every moment to be lived with new experiences, will live life like that. So there, as Swami mentioned, so many examples where how people cognize what they visualize, they become that.
Yes. And many times we don't give any importance to what we visualize inside us. And in the words that we use, we are not aware of how that impacts our inner space. But Swamiji very clearly tells us anything that you visualize inside you, you will make that into a reality. So you can see, for example, how sometimes if you have some conflict with someone, let's say, you'll be visualizing that happening in you, planning what you are going to tell, how it's going to happen, what you're going to do. Finally, because of that visualization, you make that happen. Same way, you may be visualizing that uh, life is beautiful, life is just a celebration, and there's no logical reason why there is no need for facts. Just because you visualize that, you manifest that, and you naturally celebrate life. So, both positive and negative, it's the visualization that you have inside, what you cherish, what you visualize inside, that you manifest into reality. So now we need to look in again and see what is it that we are visualizing in our lives. How do we visualize life itself? How do we visualize ourselves, our body language, and how do we visualize every aspect of our life? So let's take a bit of time to look in. In Sanskrit, they say yad bhavam tat bhavati. What you think, you become that. What you visualize, you become that. Knowingly or unknowingly, continuously, you are visualizing patience, sickness, disease, the word depression itself. If you are visualizing all that, what will happen to you? So this is what Swamiji was saying. If you are visualizing continuously all of this, many times we literally visualize sickness. We visualize this, whatever may be the reason, maybe sometimes because of the season, we just remember, oh, it's winter, I'm going to fall sick, I'm going to get cold, and I will not be going to work and all that. We visualize all that, and naturally because of that visualization we make it into reality. So like that, same with depression, sadness, because we continuously cherish it inside, we make it happen. So now look around you and analyze what aspects you have been visualizing and how it is influencing your thoughts and your mind. So you can spend a few minutes now and look in and see how is it that you are visualizing your life and yourself. You can get your book and paper and your pen and paper, sorry, and you can start to write down everything that you understand, everything that you see, that you are visualizing in your life. So let's start the exercise. If you have anything to share, any questions or doubts, please feel free to ask in the Zoom chat.
Slowly you can relax, and you can also start to share how you cognize the moment you have reflected back, and how you looked around and you analyzed the aspects that you have been visualizing, how it is influencing your thoughts and minds. So requesting all of you to share even a few words about your this internalization exercise, because what we cognize, what we think, we become that. So that is why it is important always to connect with the deity, the higher consciousness, to the guru, to have the cognitive shift, because that will not only change your visualization, change how you think about you, it will change, it will reflect in different multiple dimensions of your life. It will reflect in positive health, good health, you'll be having good health, you'll be having better relationship, and even the possibilities, you'll be shifting from impossibility to possibilities. So always connect to guru, always connect with the deities, because deities are the uh, energy forms that you are connecting with. And we have Navaratri coming up, and we'll have Navaratri means 9 days of celebration. So we have, every day will be a different deity itself, and energy forms. Actually, deities are the different energy forms. How you connect to the deity itself each day, that will shift your cognition to how you look. See, one is you put your effort and cognize, and you cognize yourself, you put your own effort and you shift your cognition. But when you connect yourself to the higher consciousness, the form of energy, that has a much more effect, exponential effect on your cognition. And that you are shifted from cognition which you're carrying now to different space, and your cognition is lifted to the higher space. So that is why when you connect with the deity, connect with the higher consciousness, especially to Swamiji, and Swamiji himself is the embodiment of all the energy forms. So look into yourself, what aspect of life that you are looking for to visualize, especially where you want to have the cognitive shift in your life. If you want to have the cognitive shift in in terms of wealth, or in terms of job itself, the career growth, there in various ways you can connect to these deities and offer sevas to the deities. Each of the deities have, the moment you connect to these deities, you will have different cognitive shift in your life. For example, when you connect to uh, deities like Vishalakshi, then you will have the leadership quality in you. It will invoke the leadership quality in you, and it will reflect in your life. And if you connect to Kamakshi, it will heal your relationship issues. One is you cognizing and changing your cognition. But when you connect to the energy form of Kamakshi, so much of relationship issues will be solved in your life just by connecting and offering seva to the deity. And the ability to heal from the loved ones, even the loved ones which you have, those who are not there, but you have some effect on you, to heal yourself from those relationships. So offer seva to Kamakshi if you are having some relationship issues. Raja Rajeshwari, she protects you from the extreme weathers, calamities, and so many issues that we face inside ourselves due to outside situations that influences ourselves. Many times we have the delusional arrogance. So to reduce the delusional arrogance, offer seva to Devi Meenakshi, Devi Rajarajeshwari, and get bestowed with all the boons. So like this, we have 9 deities, and through which you can heal yourself in multiple dimensions of your life. So we'll be shortly we'll be putting the link where you can actually offer the seva and connect yourself, lift yourself from the space of the cognition that you have lower visualizing with to this space where you can heal yourself in different aspect of life where you are looking into.
Yes, so don't hesitate to offer any of these sevas. If you need any further details or want to know what is the right seva for you, feel free to ask. We'll be sharing the link also to register and offer in just a few minutes. And in the meantime, we'll be beginning with our power manifestation session now. And we'll continue to manifest the power of remote vision. So you can again team up with someone, and if you'd like to manifest this power with us here as well, you can do so. That is also fine. And through the third eye, you'll be scanning. And as we said, you can scan the location. You can scan things that are immediately around a person. You can scan even locations connected to the past of that person. So feel free to manifest whatever you like and discover what the third eye will reveal. So kindly get ready to start the power manifestation now. Make sure that you have a partner and sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. As we said, visualization. What you visualize, you become. So sit, remember yourself as Paramashiva. Visualize yourself as Swamiji. The moment you visualize yourself as Swamiji, you will start to embody Swamiji's own consciousness, Swamiji's own energy. You will start to become Swamiji. Shanta Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. And have your awareness on the third eye. We also request all the participants to come on camera. And let's begin this power manifestation. Remote vision. Hold on to the space of oneness with Swamiji as you visualize yourself as Swamiji and manifest this power of remote vision.
Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Om Nityananda
Continue to manifest. Intensely connect with Swamiji in your inner space. Sit as Swamiji. Visualize yourself as Swamiji. Continue to chant the Mahavakya intensely. And scan the other person, scan the location that you are aiming for, receiving all the details, allowing Paramashiva to reveal everything in your inner space. Spend a few more minutes intensely manifesting this power of the remote vision.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham
Now, please start sharing anything that you have seen. Start to share with your partner, or if you have scanners here, you can post in the Zoom chat whatever you have seen. And even if you scan the partner, you can let us know if you have succeeded in identifying the location, any details through the third eye. So take a few moments now and start to share the results of your power manifestation.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
All right, so we hope that you had time to share. If you need more time, you can continue to share as we move on. And we'll now be entering into our next session, which is titled You Become What You Meditate On. So directly connected to what we have learned, either what you visualize or the words that you use, whatever you bring in your inner space, you make that into reality. So we have to become aware of that. And we have to also understand what all we have meditated upon in the past and what is the best that we should meditate on to manifest the best reality in our lives. So let's come to the space of listening. Let us receive these powerful cognitions from Swamiji and discover how we become what we meditate.
In front of kids, if the father and mother fight, kids also learn that words. Get lost. Let you be damned. All these words they learn from parents. And this goes inside their neuro-linguistic programming. When they repeat those words again and again, they create that same emotion. That is why a person who again and again listens to the Vedas, even if you don't understand, if you continuously listen to the Vedas, the Sahasranama, Lakshmi Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama, all these things, even if you don't listen, if you just listen once in a while, once in a 10 days or once in a 15 days, once in a month, even that very listening will cleanse your neuro-linguistic programming. Your NLP will be cleansed. The very listening will help you. Because feeding of the good words inside your NLP itself is a great thing. When you feed these good words inside your NLP, that itself is a great thing. If you don't feed these great words, what you will do? You will be feeding all dirty words. You will be sitting in front of TV and watching all those things. All those words will, only that words will go inside. Especially with the kids. When all these words goes inside, again and again they repeat these words and create the same emotion. For example, if you repeat the word peace, 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 peace for 10 times, without even your knowledge, even if you don't want, you will start smelling that peace in you. You will start feeling that peace in you. You will start feeling that silence in you. Just very remembrance of that word will start creating that emotion in you. So if you again and again repeat that word depression, 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 disease, what will happen? You start creating that. That's why I always tell doctors should meditate. Otherwise, simply they will fall sick. Because they are again and again handling the passions. Again and again those same words are going into their head. It's like every day, you see, when you come back from your clean, you wash your hands. The same way you should wash your head. It's just like washing your head. Otherwise, those same words are continuously ringing in your head. And I've seen some doctors, even in the dream they utter the same words. They get attached with some patients and they will be continuously repeating some patient's name, some disease name. Even in the dreams, they will be uttering all these words. What will happen to you? Naturally, you are contemplating on sickness. Yat bhavam tat bhavati. In Sanskrit they say, what you think, you become that. What you visualize, you become that. Knowingly or unknowingly, continuously you are visualizing passions, sickness, disease, the word depression. What will happen to you? Naturally, it is very difficult. It is very difficult to keep that high energy, to keep that up energy. So, before patients meditate, doctors need to meditate. Actually, it is a basic thing for doctors to meditate. It's like cleaning themselves. And even if you are a doctor, even if you can't meditate, have some mantra, some chanting, some good words. Even if you don't like Sanskrit, at least have some English words, good words. Peace, bliss, ananda, some good words. And let continuously those words ring in your ears. Again and again try to infuse those words inside your system. That will help you. So that the depression, disease, passion, the same words will not be going inside your head. When you live in a solid way, in a particular way, you miss the reality. It's like usually you see only 120 degree. Only 120 degree. The other part is missing. But life is not just 120 degree. Life is 360. Not only this side 360, it is this side 360. It's not only one 360, it is the other 360 also. Horizontal 360 and vertical 360. But all you have is only 120 degree vision. You live in a solid way. as long as you live in a solid way, you use only 120-degree vision. And that also slowly reduces. That also slowly reduces. The more prejudices, less life energy. The more judgments you carry with you, less arguments you listen. Because already the judgments are there. You are not ready to listen to the arguments. You are not ready to live the life. The more solid you become, more dead. When you become completely solid, you are ready to live in your graveyard. Graveyard is the best place for the solid people. That's why. The moment you become solid, what they do? They put you in the graveyard. See, actually, the more you become solid, you make your house as a graveyard. Look at your own life. Analyze a little bit. What we are doing in our houses? Nothing but sleeping. The joy, laughing, dancing, singing, all these things are lost. It has become a remote thing in our life. Only once in a while, rarely, when you go to some party, when friends are pulling you, then you come out. All these things are lost. We have lost in touch with the reality. We have lost in touch with the living, with the life energy. All we do is we see the duets in the cinema and TV, that's all. The life, even the laughter is missing. Even the laughing is missing. If you laugh loudly, people start asking, what happened to you? Actually, if you are morose, sad, depressed, people feel, okay, alright. You are alright, you are okay. Nobody questions you. Anybody questions you? If you are very silent, depressed, nobody questions you. They say, alright, you are right. But if you are laughing loudly, if you are giggling, they ask, what happened to you? Why are you laughing? What is there? That became, are you okay? That became something unusual. See, living in a solid way has become lifestyle. Living in a solid way has become a reality for us. That's what. Living with 120-degree vision. Living with what we want to see. One more thing. Living with a real life is risky. Because life takes its own course. New persons, new situation, new decisions, new understanding. Even the same old person will become suddenly new. He may become suddenly intelligent. But we are not ready to accept that he has become intelligent. We are never ready to accept that somebody has become intelligent. Somebody has changed. I have always seen people, when they are married, 6 to 10 months, they will live together. By that time, they will create an idea about each other. The moment they create an idea about each other, they stop living with each other. They live only with that idea. Whatever he does, she will look only through that glass. And whatever she does, he will look only through that glass. Not only with husband and wife, with kids, with relations, with situations, with workers, with anything. We don't believe, we are not ready to trust that somebody can become intelligent. Leave about others, even with you, you are not ready to trust yourself. You are not ready to trust yourself that you learn from your experiences. You again and again keep your low self-esteem. Again and again you underjudge. You don't judge yourself properly. Why? Because you don't trust, you also grow. Again and again you think, you weigh, you come to a conclusion about yourself only based on the weakest link in a chain. The strength of the chain is judged. How it is judged? Based on the strength of the weakest link. Same way, you also continuously judge yourself based on the weakest link. But your life is not a chain. You cannot be a chain. A chain can The strength of the chain can be judged based on the strength of the weakest link. But with you, it cannot be the reality. See, when you have the weakest moments, you are very dull, tired, depressed, low. You can't say you are always in the same mood. You are supposed to judge you with your high mood, with your maximum ability. Then you will bring your low moments also to that high level. If you judge yourself based on your low moods, you will bring your high moods also to that low level. Oh, whatever is said and done, what will I do? Finally I will end up like this only. You will have a clear-cut conclusion. I may start this business. Anyhow, I know how I ended up in last other two businesses. Same thing only I am going to do now also. Let us do what can be done. This is a way of thinking. The problem is, the worst curse you can have is this mental setup. If you have this mental setup, be sure you will not go to hell after death. Because you are living in the hell. You are already in the hell. This mental setup is what I call hell, nothing else. The mental setup of seeing what you want, or living with your idea, living with your prejudice, living with your judgment about yourself, about others, about situation, about society. That's another one thing. Continuously everybody blames the society. And it's a great pleasure to blame others actually, especially for Indians. To talk about others, other Indians, other Indian community. I went to so many American cities. And of course, usually NRIs are our main devotees. The percentage is NRIs only more. I have always seen they go on blaming the group. Each one, when they come near me, they blame the other group. When that person comes near me, they blame the other group. Swamiji, you don't know about this group, you be careful with that group. And when that other group comes to me, they start telling me, Swamiji, better be careful with them, you don't know about them. And continuously blaming the other group. Once you decide some idea about the society, you never think that person is also intelligent. He must have done some mistakes some 10 years ago. You are not ready to let go. You are not ready to let go. See, I have always seen people who are ready to let go, they live in heaven. They live in heaven. Even if they do all sorts of mistakes, even if they do all possible wrong things, whatever you call socially, even if you think that they are characterless or whatever you think, but if they have this one mental setup of let go, that letting things disappear or letting the things happen, people who don't keep file, I have seen, they always live in heaven. The other group is also there, who are very disciplined, strict, but they never let go of the things. They keep a big file. They neither forgive themselves nor they forgive others. They continuously suffer. People come and again ask me, Swamiji, why do good people suffer and bad people live happily? Actually, bad people can let go. They can forgive themselves and forgive others. If you have that one habit of forgiving you and forgiving others, whatever bad qualities you have, you will never suffer. You will never suffer. And there is no other bad quality according to me. According to me, the only bad quality is keeping big file on your head. Keeping a big file on your head. Continuously referring that file. The moment you see her in the party, you don't smile directly. You just refer that file. And then smile. You don't go and give your hand. How are you? You don't directly hand. You just refer that file. What is the past? And then you smile only that much. You open only 2 inch or 1 inch, or you don't open, you just turn your head and go away. And especially in Indian community, I always see with Indian community, continuously referring files. See, according to me, the only bad habit is the continuously referring files. Continuously referring files. One thing, he or she would have done some mistake in the past. And how can we think that he has not grown at all? She has not grown at all. Everybody grows. Everybody grows. Everybody takes their own time. And one more thing, the people who don't forgive others, they don't forgive themselves also. Understand? They don't forgive themselves also. They will be continuously torturing themselves. The guilt and the anger is one and the same. If you are angry with others, you will be creating guilt about yourself. Don't think you can be intelligent. You will only blame others and you will not blame yourself. No. You are not so intelligent. If you have wrong words, violent words against others, you will use those same words about yourself. With yourself. The power of the spoken word is not small as you think. The spoken word is as powerful as a sword. It's just like a sword. If you try to kill others, naturally you will commit suicide. If you use the wrong words towards others, if you are not able to forgive others, you will not be able to forgive yourself also. According to me, the only bad quality is not able to forget things. Not able to forget things. If you have a memory loss, please be very clear, God is blessing you. You have the things of the divine. Now really I tell you, people come and tell me, Swami, please give me memory power. Please give me past life memory. I tell them, Arey, last 50, 60 years memory itself is haunting you. If you get the past life memory also, what will happen? The smile which you are having now, once in a while, that also will disappear. That also will disappear. So many people come and tell me, Swamiji, he drinks too much. He does all these things. She does all these things. He does this type of mistakes. And she does this type of mistakes. And people come and complain to me. I tell them, you see, even if they do all those things, they are very happy. But even if you don't do, thinking all those things, you are unhappy. Thinking all those things, you are unhappy. Then how can you call yourself as a good person? They come and tell me, she does all these things, he does all these things, they are all happy, but I am not happy, I am a good person, I don't do anything. You may not do anything, but you are continuously thinking. So according to me, the people who have got the idea of easygoing, even if they don't have the so-called morality, they live happily. According to me, the only morality, the greatest morality is forgiving and forgetting. Forgiving and forgetting. If you can do that one simple thing, that's what there's a beautiful Sufi saying, who is God and who is man? If you do 100 mistakes and do only one good thing, God will remember that one good thing. If you do 100 good things and only one mistake, man will remember only that one mistake. The person who remembers only one good thing is God. The person who remembers the only one bad thing is man. And I have always seen people are not ready to let go. They have prejudice about the society. And when they meet in the parties, the moment they see some particular person, they will decide, I think she is going to talk about me only. He is going to talk about me only. She is going to tell something about me only. From a distance itself you stand and watch. Even if he or she never bothers you, you will be continuously waiting when you can catch them, when you can tell something. If they simply turn towards you once or twice and they talk something else also, what do you do? Immediately you go to that person and ask, what did she tell about me? What did he tell about me? And you have spies also to give material, to give information. Now actually this all I am telling, this all are the major hindrances for your cognitive shift. And people come and ask me again and again, Swamiji, please tell us something to get enlightened. Please tell us something to get spiritual life. And they expect me to give some technique, like close your eyes and sit and chant Om 10 times, or do Mahamantra. See, doing just 10 minutes, 20 minutes, will not do anything. That is not going to do much. 24 hours how you live, that only is going to play a major role. I have always seen people doing 5 hours, 6 hours they will spend in meditation, bhajan, kirtan and everything. The moment they come judging, even in the parties you will not be happy. You will be bothering about who is talking about me, who is commenting about me, what they are saying about, what they are thinking. Let me go and analyze. Even if you don't get the material directly, you will have 2-3 spies. You please come and tell me what they said. You please go and talk to her and just find out what she feels about me. We go on collecting material. The prejudiced way of living, having a judgment about society, about yourself, about situations, about persons, about places, even about places. Understand one more thing about places. You have an idea, if you go to beach, you will relax. If you go to office, you will be in tension. You have a clear-cut idea. Even if there is no tension, the moment you enter into your office and go to your table, you start telling, you start shouting, I bring this, bring that, what happened to this, what happened to that, and you start rolling the things. And there will be no work practically. You will be simply sitting and meditating. But you start shouting because our prejudice, office means I should be stressed, I should be in tension. Only then you feel like that your work, than your job. You have a prejudice about everything, about every place. Prejudice about the places, that also makes you solid. That also makes you solid, rigid. Living in the rigid way is what I call living as you want. Living in a simple way, innocent way is what I call living as it is. If you can shift from as you want to as it is, the cognitive shift has happened in you. Try. I'm not saying you need to do some tapasya 24 hours. No. There is no need to sit inside the fire. There is no need to sit inside the fire and do the panchatapas, all those things. Nothing is necessary. Sitting in your office and be happy, that's enough. Sitting in your office, try to relax. Again and again, consciously break these prejudices. Prejudices which you have about the persons. When you see somebody next time, if you have a prejudice, try to drop and look at him or her as he is or as she is. Try in a very simple way. Decide, next 11 times I will not have prejudice about her. I will not look at him with my prejudice for next 11 times. I am not saying you need to do throughout your life. Just try for 11 times. Then you will understand how big freedom to live without prejudice. About any place, decide for next 11 days, I will not be prejudiced about my office. For next 11 days, because in 11 days, your mental setup changes. In every 11 days, you undergo a cognitive shift. That is why they ask you to do Ekadasi Vrata. Every 11th day you are asked to do Vrata. Because every 11 days, once in 11 days, your mental setup changes. Next 11 days, I will not be prejudiced about my office. Next 11 days, I will not be prejudiced about my relationships. Next 11 days, I will not be prejudiced about my society. Next 11 days, I will not be prejudiced about my family or friends or 11 days, I will not be prejudiced about my body. One more thing, you have prejudice about your body. You decide, if I stand in the cold for 2 minutes, I will have problem. You decide strongly. And actually you may not have a problem, but you again and again touch your throat. I think I'm getting, and you get it. And you have a clear-cut idea, if I don't take coffee, I will have headache. And you are so clear, and the moment that day coffee is delayed for some reason, if you are missing the coffee, you continuously concentrate on the head. I think I'm having a headache. I think I'm having a headache. Till the headache comes, you don't leave. You meditate and bring the headache, only then you are satisfied. Now things are going properly. Things are going properly. You have prejudice about your body. About everything you have prejudice. You live with a mental setup of what you want. If you can liberate yourself from that mental setup, simply the cognitive shift has happened in you. Instead of living with mithya, you will start living with nithya. From mithya to nithya. From ephemeral to eternity. It's a very simple concept. You see, it is. I have not said anything which you don't know. Whatever I said, you know. The problem is you know too much. That is the problem. You know too much. When you know too much, you take it for granted. You take it for granted. A small story. One guy wanted to sell his house. He went to the real estate agent. Told him, please sell my house. And after a week, suddenly he ran to that same real estate agent and told, no, I don't want to sell my house. Please withdraw the advertisement. The agent asked, why, what happened? I already publicized in the house, in the newspaper about your house. Why suddenly you changed your mind? This guy said, only after reading your advertisement about my house in the newspaper, I understood my house is exactly as I wanted it to be. Exactly as I wanted it to be. Only then I understood the greatness of my house. Same way, you do so many things in your life. Just for next few days, drop what you know already and just try to live. Just for 11 days, try this simple experiment. Very playfully. Try very playfully. When you walk in your garden, you think that I know my whole garden. Drop that idea. And look at it in a fresh way, how a child looks. The child goes with all curiosity to school. How he or she looks. Same way, look at it. Whenever you remember, you don't even have to create guilt. What you will do? Oh, you will take a oath. Tomorrow onwards I will do this. And you will forget 2-3 times. When you forget 2-3 times, you decide, I cannot do all these things. This is not for me. Alright, better let us drop it. You drop. Don't even create that much of guilt. Don't even think you will be successful. Try in a very playful way. Think, how many times I am able to remember, that many times I will try. Whenever you remember, you try. With situations, with persons, with places, with relationships, what all judgments you have, try to drop and try to live with a new concept or without any prejudice. Surely in 11 days we will not die. Am I right? Is there anybody who says, no, 11 days if I drop all my prejudice, my business will go away, my life will go away, I will die? There is nobody. If it will go away within 11 days, then it is not worth of having. It is not worth having. Better let it be lost. So please be very clear. Surely nothing will be lost. You will only gain. You will only gain, nothing else. Just the other day I was seeing a beautiful interview about the reversing the aging process. One interview about this reversing the aging process. Wonderful Vedantic concepts explaining of happiness. We all continuously live in time-bound awareness because of our prejudice, our mental setup, rigid way of thinking. If you can work little bit on yourself, again and again, if you can break, it's like, you see, if you have 100 mental setup, even if you break 2, you are benefited. You are benefited. 2 is okay. That much of help you have. And after a week you can break 2. After a week you can break 2. If you take, I will break 2 mental setup in a week, that is enough. In 1 year you become enlightened. Next year when I come, I will have at least 100 people enlightened in Los Angeles. We can say, 100 people enlightened in Los Angeles. Simply you can become enlightened. Live about enlightenment. We can live at least a happy, blissful life. Happy and blissful life. Just try for next 11 days. I will drop my prejudices. Whenever I remember about the life, society, body, actually you are prejudiced that you will die in 80, 90 years. That is why your body is getting weak. That's an important reason. You don't know. I have met one person who is 136 years old, and I asked him, how are you able to live? He said, in our society, I am a middle-aged man. People are living. No, he said, really, people are living 200 years, 230 years. I asked how. He says, in our elders' tombs, it is clearly written, human being's life is 300 years old. If somebody dies in 210, 250 years, they write, he had unnatural death when he was 210. They are right. So that is the way the Tibetan monks, lamas, they have even done a research on them. And it is true that they live for 200, 300 years. Their life system. Nothing but a simple understanding and belief that they have a clear-cut idea, human being's life is 300 years old, that's all. But you have a prejudice, you will die in 80, 90. So that is why your body is preparing only for 80, 90 years. So your idea about yourself is a basic need to live happy life. Whenever you can, whenever you remember, again and again and again, try to break the mental setup with which you are living. Simply
Yes. Beautifully, Swamiji explains how we don't live with people, connecting with people the way they are, seeing things the way they are. But over time, we just build an ID inside us. For example, your husband or wife, over time, with the incidents that happen, you create a certain image, certain ID. And then by and by, you lose touch, you lose the ability, the listening to connect with that person from the space they have at that moment, who they actually are at that moment. You just project that image onto that person. And this is one example how we do that in certain relationships, but really we do that in so many places in our life. Swamiji uses the word prejudice. How we have an idea about something and we just project it in our life. So this is very much a continuation of what we have worked on before in the previous session. And if you need, maybe later you can spend a bit of time again to look in and see where all you are having this kind of images, prejudice that you already have, and superimpose on situations or people. As Swamiji says, really, we have this fixed mindset that we have and that we need to break, because right now our lives is really just this mindset that just keeps on to repeat itself. And unless and until we break free from it, we really don't experience new life. We are just bound in this same repetitive thinking process, and we can see just the whole thing happening again and again and again. And really, the essence is to just break free from it. You can use even simple techniques, whatever you have learned. Right now, many of you have already attended multiple seasons. You have learned so many things. You can decide, okay, I'm going to decide, for example, let's say completion, spontaneous completion. You can decide that, okay, for the next 11 days, I'm going to decide to have spontaneous completion every single time in every single incident that I face. So like that, whatever technique, whatever powerful cognition, understanding that you feel is the most relevant right now, Swamiji says, take it as just an 11-day practice, because every 11 days you have a new mental setup. Your mental setup upgrades, it renews itself. So these are some of the main understandings you can note down later on. You can contemplate a bit more. Now, we want to conclude with one more power manifestation session. We have just enough time for one more round of the remote viewing. So let's decide by manifesting the power to break our mental pattern, right? The mental pattern that we keep repeating, let us decide to break it through this power manifestation, dropping all the prejudices and opening the space for new possibilities to happen. So let's partner up once more. If you like to scan even us sitting here, if you don't have a partner, that is fine. Whatever you like. Otherwise, you can call someone or manifest with someone in your house, whatever you would like to do. And get yourself ready and sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Connect to Swamiji in your inner space. Create the right context for this power. Whenever you manifest the powers, whenever you connect with Swamiji in this space of the power manifestation, you experience the space of Paramashiva. You are literally embodying Paramashiva. Even if you just see what you would think as a small image, just a small detail, it is directly coming from the space of Paramashiva, the space of enlightenment. So remember yourself as Paramashiva. Very casually, just visualize yourself as Swamiji. Chant the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, and bring your awareness to the third eye. Now start seeing through the third eye. Start scanning for the remote location that you are aiming for. Just very casually, continuously scan, continuously see that location through the third eye. You can already see, you already have this ability in your third eye. Just start seeing. Let Paramashiva show all the details, everything to you.
Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Om Nityananda.
Continue to manifest intensely. Surrender yourself at Swamiji's feet. Don't break the space. Once you enter into the power manifestation, don't allow anything to distract you. Don't think about anything else. Be intensely and continuously involved in the power manifestation. Remember, it is Swamiji who is manifesting this power through you, and he is waiting to manifest. It is not difficult. He is waiting and ready to manifest the power right now. And he is already showing you the details. He is already revealing everything about what you are scanning. Just make space. Just surrender. Understand that Swamiji is already here and revealing everything. Chant the Mahavakya continuously in your inner space, or even out loud if you feel like. Spend a few more minutes and let's manifest this power of remote vision.
Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Now, please start sharing whatever you have seen through the third eye. Share with your partner. If you have scanners here, please drop in the Zoom chat whatever the third eye has revealed to you. And let's see if you have succeeded in manifesting this part. You can also share your experience as you manifest and you scan the other. Remember, you are also scanning yourself as well. Whenever something is revealed about the other, that same space opens up for you as well. So the more you manifest this power, the more you will experience deep completion with it. And you will get to understand yourself. You will experience many cognitive shifts. I actually experienced that when I was scanning other people. I would see locations from their past. And for example, if you describe a place where that person had some incompletions, trauma experiences, and so they'll have a certain cognition about that place and this whole period of their life. But when you manifest this power and when you describe that location through the third eye, then they experience a cognitive shift in the sense that this memory that they have about this period of their past is no more negative, and they experience a lot of healing from this whole aspect and everything that happened in that location and at that period. So there are really many wonderful dimensions whenever we manifest the powers. Always bring a lot of empowerment, a lot of healing and cognitive shifts. And so we hope that you are able to experience this power. Feel free to share what you have seen or the experience that you've had today in this round, or even throughout the day, throughout today's power manifestation sessions. And how has been your experience of the remote vision? And in general, about the power manifestation itself, if you are successful, if you are facing any blockages, you can feel free to share, even prepare your message. If I don't know, maybe some of you would type it in Chinese, get it translated. You can even get it ready for tomorrow if you need any help to manifest the powers, and we'll see how we can make sure that we that you experience these powers. So with this, we come to the end of today's Yes. And today, throughout today's processes, we have discovered the flowering of the Atman and the flowering of the self. And as usual, we discover so many different techniques. Feel free to practice those that you feel are the most powerful for you. You can decide to practice them for a period of 11 days. And some of the main understandings that we had even in the last session, always decide to have positive visualization that lead you to the higher planes, higher frequencies. So connect with the gods and goddesses. Even when you visualize Paramashiva with the 25 faces and the 50 hands, these kinds of visualizations awaken your brain, and they naturally break the patterns and the unconsciousness that you have inside. So you don't even need a separate completion process. When you imbibe these visualizations, and if you have the chance of living near a temple also, when you connect physically with the deity, all of these will purify your inner space and break the mental pattern that we have learned about. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you for having been there with us today. Tomorrow we'll be learning about that, how to go beyond that, how to experience the zone, the realms that are beyond that. Swamiji says that is the source of all the fears that we have in our lives. And at the same time, all of us have some kind of a desire to experience that zone that is beyond. And tomorrow we'll be discovering about that, how to experience the realms beyond that and harness these powers.
So not only understanding the realm beyond death, understanding that death itself is the fear of all fears, and understanding all the energy layers which is there within us, and how to awaken those energy layers. We'll be working on a short intro on all the energy layers we'll be going through, and there will be multiple questions and answers that we have on death, because death, Swami says, is one of the most mysteries. Swami says death is the most mysterious thing in this hour that we understand. So there will be multiple question answer. If you have any doubts about the death, that will be answered during tomorrow's sessions. And of course, the day will be starting with Nityananda Yoga. So do not miss your Nityananda Yoga. Swamiji has compiled this Nityananda Yoga, which is the essence of millions of yogic scriptures. So start the day with Nityananda Yoga. And of course, we'll be having the power manifestation. Power manifestation is the time when you start having the cognitive shift, as we just discussed in the previous session about the cognitive shift. When you do the power manifestation, cognitive shift happens within you. And especially when you start connecting with the energy forms, the deities, who are the representation of the higher consciousness in a particular form. So connect with the deities, and the Navaratri is just coming, 9 days of nights, Navaratri. When you connect with the deities, you'll be lifted into that space where you'll be fulfilling. See, one thing is you penning down and doing the cognitive shift through the internalization. That is, at one level, it's good. But when you are connecting with the higher deities, you just break the mental patterns. Because you just connect to the higher frequency, higher energy forms. That's a direct way to lift yourself, break from the lower patterns that you are struggling with, lower frequency that you are struggling with. You just lifted to a different plane itself. Those uh, patterns that you are struggling with do not uh, empowers you anymore. Do not do not, you just overpower them. So that's the best way to connect with the deity and uh, take control of your life and raise to the higher frequency, raise to the higher consciousness itself. So we have the link to the offering of the Navati Seva is mentioned in the Zoom chat. Let us know if you are interested, and you can always go ahead and apply for the Seva through the link and also the contact number. So now we'll be finishing with the Purna Mantra. So let's bring our hands in Namaskar Mudra. Let's finish with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavad Sri Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityanandam. Thank you.
Thank you all, Nityananda.
Thank you everyone. Nityanandam. So hope to see you all tomorrow. And tomorrow again will be specials apart from the Paramashivoham day. We'll be having the special sessions as well. We'll be informing you for the sessions. So join back for the sessions.